Hey, digital fam, I just wanted to, I'm a little under the weather, but I wanted to do a little longer form video for you instead of this 15-second Instagram stuff, which I'll continue to do, but I want to talk about something a little bit deeper about the idea, the concept of success. And I believe success is where preparation meets opportunity. The problem is with most people is they think success comes from luck. They don't understand it comes from work. And even if they do understand it comes from work, they don't understand that work has its own, there's a separate component to work. Everybody works. The difference is your work geared towards your success? Do you have a plan or an action to get towards a certain end or to a certain goal? And the people who tend to do well in life and tend to be more successful in everything, I'm not talking about just money, relationships, friendships, everything else, building things, is they have a clearer path to how to get there. They're very clear in what they want. They're very specific in what the end goal is. So if an opportunity comes around and you don't have the preparation, you won't be able to see the possibilities. You won't be able to see a couple moves ahead. Life is like chess. It's not like checkers. Chess requires you to think several moves ahead in advance. And the people who tend to be successful, it's not the lottery. They tend to think systematically that if I do these things, there's a higher chance of me getting to this end game or end goal. Now the question then becomes, how do I, or what do I use, or how do I determine what the next few steps are? It's very simple. You have to be very clear in what you're thinking about and what you want. I don't say, you can't say things like, I just want to make more money. You have to be very clear and specific. I want to make a certain amount of money by a certain time. Then your brain starts going backwards. That's why that matters. The next thing is, everything in life has a system. Everything in life has a process to it. You have to understand how that process works. If it's getting your dream job, how does the process work? If it's meeting a certain person, how does that process work? If it's dating, trying to date somebody, or you want to get married somehow, how does that process work so that I become the best version of myself, so that I end up attracting the right kind of people in my life? The third is, I have to find people who are currently along this process, either other experts, other books, people in my life who I can be part of mastermind groups, other intelligent people who are on the same path, same trajectory, whose mindsets are open so that I understand. And the last but not least is, I have to take massive action. I use my example when I played pro ball in Europe. I had to reach out to over 400 or 500 different teams out of like 20, 30, 50 countries, whatever. I graduated college without even a job. I didn't even interview for a job. I spent my time working, doing some. I remember to this day. I was working with this guy who knew us from the city, from the team, and he had a cleaning business. And at night I'd play basketball during the day, and at night I'd clean. And in the middle of the night, like 2 in the morning or 1 in the morning when I came home, I'd make phone calls. I'd call overseas. My phone bills were in the hundreds of dollars, maybe close to $1,000 a month. Again, I took massive action. I called a lot of people. I could have gotten a contract after maybe 10 calls, but in my case, I had to call 300. The thing with most people is, most people end up quitting, but right before they get to their miracle. It took me 300 calls to make. Maybe it could have taken me 20, but I don't know. But the more action I took, the more likely that my dreams and my visions were going to come to pass. So I want to challenge you today to do that. And this weekend coming with Thanksgiving, it's easy to relax and chill. I want you to focus. I want you to challenge yourself to think about, what exactly do I want? How clear and specific do I want that to be? Okay? The next is, I want to figure out how that process works and get really granular on a really granular level, and focus so intently on what you need to do in order to get to how that process, how somebody else has done it, and literally repeat the process. There's nothing new with this. It's not a new situation. You're not going to be Einstein and come up with a new theory of relativity. Follow how somebody else did exactly what you want to do, and follow that to a T. And then find other people. The third is, find other people in your life who are doing other things, doing something similar to that, whose mindsets are open and change. And one thing I want to add to that is, read as much as you possibly can. My life exponentially changed when I started reading 3 books a month. I read more books in the last year than I've read in the last 20. My life has changed, as you guys can tell. I became a product of what I was consuming. Just like what you eat. You eat McDonald's all day, you become like McDonald's, right? Because of what I was consuming, my brain mentally, I'm becoming who I want to be. Last is take massive action, large amounts of action. That will increase the likelihood of you getting whatever you want in this world and in this life. Because again, your time is limited. So don't waste it living somebody else's life. Don't get trapped by dogma, which is falling into the concepts of other people and social conditioning. You deserve better. You deserve to get what you want. I want to help you get that. So have a great weekend. Oh, that's it.